Ending stories can be a challenge, but W3e Narrative Conclusions is meant to help you get some strategies to better deal with bringing your story to a close. The target itself asks that you can provide a conclusion that follows from and reflects on what is experienced, observed, or resolved over the course of the narrative. In other words, it connects back to the conflict and the rising action, the climax, and helps wrap everything up. At a 2 level, you have such a conclusion, but there's not really any reflection. And that reflection is that piece that's really going to help make the themes of your piece clear. You might also not tie up all the loose ends. Maybe you leave some characters hanging and your reader says, wait, what about so-and-so? At the 1 level, your conclusion has absolutely no reflection, so you don't reflect on the thematic message that could be taken away. And then at the 4 level, you have a comprehensive conclusion. So you address all of the major characters, you address all the possibilities that we need to consider for the close of your story. So the best tips I can give you for a good conclusion are they will address all conflicts, they'll address all major characters, and that they'll include thematic reflection. You're not building anything new here, you're simply telling us where each of your main characters and each of your problems ended up. Tell us the outcomes. That's really what a conclusion for a narrative piece is about. And then do some reflection. What are we supposed to take away? As an example, the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban book actually wraps up quite a bit. It's a Harry Potter story. There's a lot going on. The main focus, of course, in this story was Sirius Black and his supposed attack on Harry, or tracking him down. Of course, we learn throughout the course of the story that Sirius is, in fact, a friend. And at the end, we're happy to learn that Sirius Black is safe. He has sent a letter back to Harry to say that he got away safely, along with Buckbeak. So we tied up 2 characters whom we had built some sympathy for over the course of the story. We learn that they are safe. Unfortunately for Professor Lupin, we've learned that he is a werewolf, and he has to leave. And of course, Harry himself wonders about why this must be as the book comes to a conclusion, but we also learn about the prejudice that exists, so that gets us into a bit of thematic work that we'll deal with later. Of course, Voldemort himself plays on prejudices later on in the stories when he gains more power. So this is a major thematic idea that's presented in the 3rd book, and then will be later developed in other of the books. Harry feels more connected to his father through his new relationship with Sirius, through his ability to produce a Patronus like his father was able to. And so this builds on one of the long-running themes of Harry Potter, the building of relationships, the building of family when family seems to be lost. Some of the smaller conflicts, well, Ron gets a new pet because Peter Pettigrew is gone. Harry gets permission to leave school grounds. These are very minor secondary conflicts, but when J.K. wraps these up too, she really makes the whole scene feel more realistic. Even the small problems get a resolution. Working with our example piece from all of the narrative targets, we still have our character Jane facing depression, not getting along with her coworkers, and we know from our plan that in her resolution she becomes a victim advocate. And we've seen actually both of these sentences work together before, but I wanted to show them to you again and talk about how they reflect the quality conclusion that I'd love to see from you. We could end our story for Jane with, I can save people from my own fate. I can help victims become leaders, Jane thought, a peaceful smile blooming on her face. She felt the warm breeze caress her cheek, heard the hum of bees as they visited the sweet-smelling flowers. Life, a winding river, would turn out okay. So we've got some reflection here, which of course is going to be something you'll want to include. And this is really thematic too. I mean, we're talking about victims and leaders, and Jane has reclaimed her own life. She has become a leader both for herself and for other people. And so leadership, even after hardship, can be a major theme of this particular piece, made clear through her own reflection at the end. We also have the sensory language and the figurative language used in that final sentence to help really indicate that her own personal conflict of depression has come to a close. She is able to peacefully smile. She can feel that warm breeze. She can hear the hum of bees. She knows that it's going to be okay. So not only did she address her conflict of her job, she's become a victim advocate now. We've got that thematic reflection on leadership. We've got the reflection on depression, too, that she's finally okay, to really make a comprehensive conclusion to fully address all of the issues that were presented in the story.